Hello, so today I'm going to be trying to fix something different today. Instead of a Furby, we're going to try to fix the walking Bubbly Jr. clown. I got this guy online because I thought they looked really cool. I really like clowns, but this guy partially works. He doesn't walk, he doesn't move. You can see on the side of the box it says 2C alkaline batteries required. On the back it's just like styrofoam. I suspect these guys were made in like the 80s. It's like a little jester. He's got 2 prongs, he's got little pom-poms. He's got very white fluffy hair. See, there's a little like hole right there. That is for this. I like how you can deattach it. Snap it in there. Yep. See, it slides. That means you can't get bubbles on the outfit. It's kind of a big clown. Like bigger than a Furby. So right now I do have batteries in him. Turn it around. I don't see any marking on the neck either, so there's not like a year or something. See, it says made in China. And there's an on and off button. Air coming out of his mouth is like really strong. Speaker is actually in the head. It's like on top of his head. I think that's interesting because I had to reglue his hair because it was coming apart, and I saw a speaker on top of the head. And he's a very loud clown. He's clearly not moving the arms or the legs. And he's got this weird stain on the side of his face. It's like crusty. I don't know if it's supposed to be paper. Very weird. I'm gonna try to clean him up. And I don't know the song he plays. I really want to know if you guys know. I'm like really obsessed with the song. I really love the song. I slowed down the song, and it sounds really cool with it slowed down, so I'm probably going to insert like a clip of it here, what it sounds like slowed down. Okay, so you can see he does take C batteries. I got them in there. It's very hard to put the door back on. Yeah. Take this outfit off. It's really easy to get off. Like, you could just slide it off his hands. He smells like expired bubbles. Like, his whole outfit just smells. I mean, it's not dirty. You can see it's not dirty. It's really bright in color. But I like how you can take it off. That way I don't have to, like, brutally cut it off and re-sew it back on later. It makes things a lot more easier. Okay, so this is what the outfit looks like. It's very bright. Some areas it's like really faded, some areas really bright. I think it's been like unbleached in some areas. Some areas are just really bright. Like you can see around his butt area, it's like faded, but then around the side it's like really bright. So I don't know if I can get the original color back, but I could definitely stop it from smelling like expired bubbles. Here he is naked. You can also see there are gears for the legs in here. Oh, you guys can't see it, but further down in here, right about here, there are some gears down there. I'm just going to try to spin these gears with this small little flathead screwdriver, maybe start the motor. There's like this black stuff coming out of him. I think it may be old, like, grease. Maybe it's the old bubbles. Took off his arm. Wait, oh my gosh. I think I might need to have to take him apart just because of how bad he looks on the inside. I'm gonna try to spin the gear. Removed his other arm that way. It just looks like dried up lubricant. Still more screws for me to unscrew. Okay, so I have a lot of screws now, so I'm just gonna put it in my pill packet because I don't want to lose these. We got a lot to work with, don't we? I was spinning It's the motor gear. I honestly don't know if the motor's burnt out because this almost looks like water damage, but I don't think it is because it's not in any other area. So it must be some type of grease or some type of lubricant, but it just doesn't look too good. Honestly, it looks really bad. Chipping away, and it looks as if it's like crusted around the area of the motor. And it's like stopping it from moving. So I'm gonna try to get all this stuff out. Cleaned it, it's still not moving. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to take some tweezers. I'm going to actually try to physically turn the rod with tweezers. Okay, he's moving. Okay, he's getting stuck though. And it's so well lubricated that the rod's just spinning and the gear's not spinning with it. So the best thing I think I could do to get the gear to spin with the rod is to glue the gear to the rod. Taking the gear out of the rod, that way I could probably clean it and then put it back on, and maybe that does a difference. So to get the gear back on the rod, when I slipped the rod back in there, I actually had to use some tweezers to slide it in. You're going to need tweezers to slip this gear back onto the rod because you can't do it with your fingers, it's so tiny in there. Shifting over, and because of it shifting over, that's what's allowing this gear to come out like that and not touch it. Because it keeps shifting over because of how fast the rod is turning and how fast this is going. So, like I said, the best way is, I think, just gluing this gear down to the rod in the place that it's supposed to be. That way it can't shift over and it'll turn. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be letting his outfit soak in 3 cups of Purex for around 30 minutes to an hour. It has been around an hour and I just let it kind of sit. So I'm going to turn him on now. Oh, the arm's raising. And the feet are moving. It's been around 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes of me just watching him move to make sure everything goes right before I put him all together. The glue seems to be holding up really well. I was watching it move. This gear, the black gear, shifts between these 2 gears right here. The first gear controls the arms and the second gear controls the legs. I think I realized how to get this thing back in. It took me a little while. These 2 holes right there are 2 screws from the battery case, and these 2 screws hold in it, so all I had to do was just screw it back in. Okay, so yeah, that's how you get it to click back on. You're screwing in the front plate to the back plate. Okay, so now I'm going to screw his arms in.